let's start on number 3 here. So what we're doing is we're now plugging stuff into the wall. So where we might have attached the cord to the back of the laser, the back of the choke, we didn't plug it in yet. So what I want you to do now is I want you to plug in the choke and the laser into one surge protector. If you're using remote controls, put the remote control on it and then put the laser into the remote control into the surge protector and the cable into the remote control relay. That way, when you hit number 1, the laser comes on. You hit number 2, the choke comes on, etc. Normally, what I do is plug them both into the surge protector, plug the relay, the surge protector cord into the relay, and the relay directly into the wall. That way, when I turn it on, they both come on simultaneously, which is what I want. Now the exhaust blower, you can plug a small air pump into one single exhaust, but if it's a big air pump, you're going to need to get a third one. And from there is you turn the air pump on one and the exhaust on two. That way you turn the exhaust on and off. The goal is you don't want to have to walk around the back of the machine every time you turn them off and on. The goal is you don't want to unplug things from the wall to turn them off and on. Now, once you get them on, what will happen is you will put your keys, the key that's in the box, in the utility box that came with it, the little tackle box, turn the key to the right and release this. And before you do that, you're going to do one more inspection of the inside of the laser, make sure there's nothing in the way, all the package released, and you've taken all the tie straps off. On the left and right is a tie strap, and in the middle there's a tie strap. The left and right is the Y-axis belts. There's 2 of those. And the middle or the bridge is the X-axis belt. Once you turn it on, you'll watch it home up, and it may home up and then move to wherever the last origin was when they were testing the machine. It may just stay there. So once it does that, then you're good to go as far as the machine is on. So, excuse me, what you want to do is test your motion system. So as you look on the unit, you will see a series of arrows. The left and right arrow are for Y, the X-axis, the up and down arrow are for Y. You'll also see the ZU button. So first do left and right, jog it fully to the left, fully to the right, then jog it back into the middle, then do the same with the bridge, fully to the back, fully to the front, back to the middle. Then you hit ZU, and you'll automatically become highlighted on Z move, which means your left and right arrows now become your up and down. The reason why is because the up and down arrows will move you through this registry, left and right. As long as you're highlighted on Z move, will move the platform up and down. What you want to do is lower it till the top of the platform is even with the cabinet, and check to make sure that the platform is level. If it's not, open up the left door and grab the belt there and pull in it one direction. You'll see it go up or down, whatever direction it takes to make it at the same level on the left as it is on the right. And remember, you don't care about being level to the floor. You care about it being level to the tip of your nozzle of your nose cone of your laser. That is extremely important. Then what I want you to do is go put a piece of material on there and go out and jog over the top of the material, and I want you to hit the origin key. Now the origin key is right here, right there, right underneath escape, above file. That means it's going to come back to that spot no matter what. When it's done, you jog it away, you hit escape, it comes back to that spot. Now, once you do that, I want you to grab the nozzle of the laser on the laser head and move it up, and behind it, you're going to see a little black box, and you're going to look for a red light. The other thing you're going to want to do is use your up arrows, because we're still in ZU. If not, hit escape and hit ZU again. Then you hit your up arrow until you go to diagnosis. And when you click on diagnosis, what will happen is you will see a series of lights that will say X, Y, Z. As you push up on that nozzle and just press the spring on the nozzle, activating the red light behind it, you'll see a red light go off on your diagnosis showing that it sees the autofocus. Very important. Now what you want to do is bring the table up until it's fairly close, maybe less than 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch from the tip of the nozzle to the material. With your chiller on, and this only happens with your chiller on and the door closed, I want you to hit the pulse key on your keyboard of your pendant. This is your pendant. There is the pulse key right next to the reset key. And you should see a puff of smoke go off on your piece of wood. That means the tube got there in one place. You're also listening to make sure you don't hear crackling. That means that you have a loose connection somewhere. But if you get that pulse with no crackling, you are good to go. Now, the rest of this talks about the focus. And what the autofocus does is laser beams come down like hourglasses, more like a cone down to a small area. The power crosses, stays straight up and down for several millimeters, and then it starts to expand. You want to be right there in that individual focus level, right there. Now you can do that manually by using the manual focus tool, or you can then hit ZU. Again, if you're lost, hit escape and then hit ZU, then arrow up to autofocus and hit enter. The table will come up, depress the spring, kicking off the red light behind it, and then move back down. Now you're focused. Whether you do it manually or you do it via autofocus. Now, when you do this for the first time, I want you to keep your hand over the top of the emergency stop. If it goes up to where the string is fully depressed, hit emergency stop immediately. Then you open up the left-hand side of the door and you crank the table down so that when you start it, it has room to go back home. If you just start it back up, it's going to drag right across the table, break it crap. All right? This probably won't happen, especially now that I've told you about it, but be aware of it. Okay, now, once you're done there, what I want you to do is when you hit that pulse key, I want you to notice there's a meter right above where it says the temperature inside the tube. You should see that meter move. When you hold it down, it should be somewhere above 20, somewhere below 30, all right? All right, again, lastly, I want you to jog the motion sensor around and just make sure. If it jogs too fast, hit the speed button, and which is right here, and arrow over to the individual digits and make it, instead of 500, make it 255. Very, very important. All right, thank you.